I am ranking all 82 maps that comes with Cities Skylines. This episode is the Financial District DLC. This series is tournament style with the best map from each DLC sent to the final round to determine which map is truly the best map in Cities Skylines. Here's the point breakdown. Transportation accounts for 4 points with highways, railroads, shipping, and airports counting for 1 point each. Resources are worth 2 points, half a point for each type of resource. How the map looks is worth 3 points, and personal preferences account for 1 point. The maximum any map can score is 10 points. The first map in the Financial District DLC is Gray Waters. There are plenty of highway connections, which is always a good thing. The railroad is a bit average as there's only really one through pass and it's not even connected to the first starting tile. There are a lot of shipping routes in this map, which is actually really good. Building an airport in this map would be very difficult as it's all disconnected. You can get every single resource within the first 3 tiles, so that is a plus. I like the look of all the water, but the land is pretty flat, so it's a little bit boring to build on. And then I'm just going to add points for my personal preference just to get the first one started at a 6.9. Nice. The second map in the Financial District DLC is Naro Passage. There's a highway running right down the middle, which is okay. There's 2 rail lines that are not connected to each other, but there is an opportunity to make that connection, but I'm not a big fan of it. There is plenty of shipping routes available, with a lot of opportunities to connect to it, so that's really good. As for the airport, there is plenty of available space to build, and you can build it almost anywhere except on the water. There is plenty of resources available on this map, really close to your starting tile too. I really like the look of this map. There's a lot of elevation changes kind of towards the outside of the map, and then there's a lot of water. I like this map better than the previous map we looked at. The third map in the Financial District DLC is River Terrace. I think I'd like this map better if there was only one highway. I do not like this highway that is right here, and I especially do not like this. The railroad is so far away. You have to unlock several tiles before you even reach either railroad. That's very annoying. Shipping route goes right through the middle. I like that. Plenty of areas to build an airport, and a pretty massive one at that too. There are resources available nearby, but if you want to get ore, you can't grab it from here unless you plan on removing the highway, which is pretty annoying. This one's in the side of the hill, which is pretty annoying, so it's pretty average. As for the look of this map, I do kind of like it. It's a little bit above average. This wouldn't be at the top of my list, but it also wouldn't be at the bottom. The fourth map in the Financial District DLC is Windblown Coast. The highways are pretty smooth. A nice interchange here. A nice looking bridge. Highways are pretty good, so that adds to the total points. Railroads, pretty flat, pretty long curves. Nothing too steep. Looks pretty good to me. Boat routes. Goes right through the islands. That's pretty unique. I like that. Airports are a little bit challenging to build, but it's definitely doable. Resources aren't phenomenal, but they aren't terrible. They're pretty average. The fish islands is the main feature of this map. I really love those. The mountains in the background look really cool, and then there's a mountainous little coast here. I think that's really, really neat. This map looks phenomenal. Out of this map pack, this would be the one I would play right now. The fifth map in the Financial District DLC is Wyvern Pass. The highway is pretty far away from the starting tile. There's only one highway in the whole map, and it's on the outside edge of town, which is kind of terrible. There isn't even a highway on this side of the map, so you have no options there. Not a big fan of this. The railroad is pretty bumpy. Overall, the railroad isn't great, and it's kind of far away, a minimum of 1 tile away, and even then you only get a tiny sliver, so that's not great. There's only a little bit of boating options way out here. You have to unlock several tiles just to even get there. You would think that the terrain would be pretty smooth up top here, but in actuality, it's not, and it makes it a little bit more challenging to build an airport on this map, as you'd have to do a lot of terrain flattening. It's not a great map for airports, but it is more than doable. There are plenty of resources available in this map, and in the first tile, you can get 3. You can actually get all 4, but there's not a whole lot of oil, but there is plenty of oil around, so that's actually pretty good. The look of this map is very interesting. I really like this canyon kind of going through the middle of here, and I think the highlight of this map is this waterfall right here. I think the waterfall looks spectacular. I always love a good waterfall. I think it looks pretty good. Unfortunately though, I'm not interested in this map at all, and therefore I wouldn't play on it. The winner of the first bracket of maps is Windblown Coast. If you'd like to see which map wins this tournament, make sure you subscribe and tune in tomorrow to see the next episode. I wanted to take a minute to thank Grahtles for helping me rank all 82 maps. May God bless you and have a wonderful day.